Right, now we're going to move on to what was the fight of the night. Now, this was for the vacant WBU Continental Middleweight Championship, a kind of East against West Midlands battle between Jason Collins of Walsall and Steve Bendall from Coventry, who, not surprisingly, was wearing the sky blue shorts. Richie and Jim are your commentators.
Seconds out, round 4.
Oh. Come here. Let's get it clear. Okay, the next guy, you listening? The next guy that holds, hits low, and the rough houses or swings like that, they lose their point. And we're going to stand back and box. Okay, we got it. Okay, thank you.
The message from the South African referee, there's far too much holding altogether. You've got to stand back and box. And straight away they go into a clinch. That's better from Bendall, but he's not stepping back. Good right hand from the man from Coventry. Collins immensely strong.
Yeah, better from Bendall. Now he should move. Now he's hit and now he should move. Score and move in this fight for Bendall.
Get back.
I mean, this is a 12-round fight. This, for Collins to keep up this pressure, he's going to have to be really fit. But he looks in great shape.
As that left hand of his almost getting the better of the right of Bendall. And again, the hard-pressed referee has to break them up. Better from Bendall. Huge Coventry support here in Dagenham for Steve Bendall.
Let him go.
Best performance as an amateur was away back in '96 when he won the gold medal in the very prestigious Liverpool International Tournament.
Lovely boxing from Bendall. That was much better. Weighed for his opponent on the back foot and got off a lovely left hand that hit the target. Good shot.
Well, maybe he's hoping that Collins will burn himself out because he's kept up a pretty heavy pace. Good shot by Bendall once again, that left hand, and he's keeping his hands up himself.
Well, for the first part of this round, Collins has eased up a little bit, which has given Bendall a little bit of breathing space and give him time to get his shots off.
Nasty rubbing of heads, but Bendall's boxing much better. His hands are up, his defense is much better. Good solid right hand uppercut from the left of Collins, wasn't too far away.
Yeah, this is a good learning fight for Bendall. I remember early in my career I boxed many opponents like this who would just love to come forward, and I personally love this type of style because you can practice your shots and you just got to move to the side. But a man who's always constantly on you is a threat.
Better by Bendall at the end of this round, less than 30 seconds, and Collins comes bouncing straight back, having taken a nice little flurry from Bendall.
Well, that's good from Bendall. He landed 3 or 4 good punches there and hung on, had a little bit of a breather. Clever boxing, good work.
Right hand from Bendall wasn't too far away. It's also good work by the referee, telling Collins not to hold. Good finish and another better round from Steve Bendall. But this has been a very tough contest for Steve Bendall.
Seconds out, round 6.
Let's box.
Well, there's 3 minutes to take us up to the halfway point in the scheduled 12-rounder for the vacant WBU Continental Middleweight title. Steve Bendall having to work very hard to stay in front, and he gets himself caught again.
That was a lovely shot from Collins again, round the guard. Like a left lead, left hook type of punch. And this is where he wants this fight, nice and close. And to be fair, I think Bendall's been nicking a lot of these rounds. You know, I've been giving him 10-9, but there's not been a lot in this fight. Each round has been very close.
Once again, the referee has a little word with them. And once again, Collins comes in, head down, and tries to tie Bendall up.
I just feel some of Bendall's work's unnecessary, clashing with the heads. I just think he's the better boxer here, and he should use that and keep it long. But being so close, keeping the fight close, he's risking. He's taking risks here, and Collins is coming back in this round.
Good right hand by Bendall. Once again, Collins holding on the blind side of the referee. Collins coming forward, really posting his intent. Better by Bendall, good right hand. Head of Collins rocked a little bit, but the legs look fairly steady. Once again, a combination by Bendall, and Collins takes it and comes back. Well, that was the shoulder going in. I'm surprised the referee didn't speak to him about that.
Yeah, charged him with the shoulder a little bit there. Collins is immensely strong. I mean, he took 3 or 4 good shots in this round. It seems to spur him on even more. Look again there, taking a good 1-2, but...
Oh, and there's a cut, Bendall's cut. And he had a glance over at the corner, and the corner starting to be worried. A minute to go to the end of the 6th round, and Bendall has got a cut right to the outside of his left eye, and I'm sure that came from a clash of heads. It was almost inevitable. You really felt that was going to happen.
Definitely, I've been saying all along, that probably hasn't come from a punch. More than likely with the head. And yeah, that looks a bad cut as well.
Well, it's right on the outside of the eye. Now, the referee will have to decide. There's no sign of a doctor there, whether or not he's going to be able to continue. And with Bendall leading at this stage, it would be a great shame if this was stopped because of the cut. Good shot by Bendall. Collins spurred on, I'm sure, by the sight of that cut. And there's going to be a flurry of activity in the Bendall corner come the end of this round, and we're only 15 seconds away to try to stem that flow.
Now, if this doesn't kickstart Bendall into keeping it long now, he could lose this fight because of that cut. And there, he's took another good punch there.
He's got to keep that hand up, and he's let it go again. And again, Collins gets him. And Bendall, a little wobbly back to the corner, but psychologically, he must know. He can feel that blood trickling down. Now, it's right on the outside. At this stage, it doesn't look desperately contest-threatening, but they won't want it to open up anymore. How very unfortunate that was for Steve Bendall. Look. There's that clash of heads. Collins ducking down, and his head just nicked Bendall, and Bendall knew straight away that he was in trouble.
Well, I think Bendall has only got himself to blame here. He could have kept this fight long. He's chosen not to, and the heads I've been saying it all along, the heads have been clashing, they've been rubbing all this fight, and that's what happens, clash of heads, and you get a cut over the eye, and that is in a dangerous position, because if that opens up more, then the referee will be having a look at that, because the blood will be running into the eye.
Referee bent down to pick up a little bit of debris from the canvas, and the two of them got right back into it. So Bendall leading at this stage, and there's a fair old bit of blood coming from the left eye now of Jason Collins. At one stage it looked as if Bendall might lose this because of a cut, and now it's Collins who's in trouble.
Well, that'll spur Bendall on, and the door certainly swings both ways. Obviously Collins is risking everything as well with the head so close, and he's picked up a cut from a head clash.
Well, Collins now throwing everything into this, but he hasn't exactly been taking too many backward steps all the way through. Tried the uppercut for the first time. Better work by Bendall, but he gets caught on the counter.
Lovely combination punching there from Bendall, but stayed there, admired his work, and got caught afterwards.
Bendall perhaps just paying the penalty for not being really busy enough this year. We're almost at the end of the year, and this is just his third contest, whereas the opponent, Jason Collins, this is contest number 11.
Yeah, well, that's testimony of his fitness. Obviously a fighter who keeps very busy.
Oh, right hand. Great right hand, just glanced off, and Bendall moved his head slightly to the side, and it grazed off his chin. Had he kept the head where it was, he could have been in serious trouble.
They always say that the busy fighters are the best fighters, and Collins, in his 11th fight this year, he's a busy fighter.
Once again, Collins showing signs of getting tired, but 3 more rounds to go. And again, Collins trying to tie Bendall up.
The one thing that hasn't impressed me about Bendall also tonight, since his cut, his left hand has been low, so he hasn't really been protecting that eye, and that's how Collins has been catching him with that right hand over the top.
Good shot by Bendall. But Collins is not really having too many problems with the southpaw style of the man from Coventry, is he? "30 seconds to go to the end of the ninth."
You have to stay with Bendall only having the 3 contests. His fitness has been very good tonight, because this has been a very high-paced fight.
Little flurry at the end, better by Bendall. Good left hand went in. And again, Collins getting careless, and he swings the right almost automatically. Caught Bendall, but the better of the exchanges came from Bendall. Well, for the first time for a couple of rounds, there's been no sign of that cut worsening. And again, they've worked very hard at that. Straight in with the swab to try to stem that flow. But another very tough round. Better work by Bendall. Again, Collins very unorthodox, ducking down. And Bendall gave one and took one back, and then had the presence of mind to keep it going. And look at Collins' style.
Yeah, Collins, bullish tactics, but backed his man up there, and with a cracking right hand, that really was a great punch.
Well, trying to turn his man on the ropes and almost squeezing him out of the ropes.
Seconds out, round 11.
Right. Even.
And straight away, Jason Collins steps inside his man, tries to tie him up. Good left by Bendall, but he's getting caught inside. Collins is so strong and really knows that he has to come forward and try to win these last 2 rounds, and maybe force a 10-8 round if he can, just to nick this. 3 judges at ringside, remember. The referee doesn't score. Good combination from Bendall. Left and then a solid right to follow up. And Collins battling all the way, even on the retreat and almost out of the ring. Well, that was like a kangaroo hop.
Yeah, and you see Jim there, if he'd have just stepped to the side there, you'd have seen Collins just literally going over his shoulder. See another good shot from Collins. His corner is shouting at him to get close, to keep going.
Not enough lateral movement from Bendall. He's been too easy a target. He needs to move from side to side, especially with that head of his. Once again, little thing. That was a good left hand. Good left hand by Bendall.
Excellent punch from Bendall, but caught himself as well in the process.
And especially at middleweight, if you haven't got a shot, you have to worry about where your future is going to be. And Bendall caught him spot on, but Collins must have a very good chin.
And again, it was a perfect example of Bendall just stepping to the side, and Collins literally nearly going out of the ring.
Less than halfway through this round, and then there's one more. And this has been a terrific scrap.
It's been a very hard contest to referee as well. I mean, they've been holding and hitting and holding, playing every trick in the book, these 2 fellas tonight.
A bit of wrestling in there as well. You can see Collins trying to tee his man up for one big shot, because that's what he's got to have to land now, after that little decisive flurry by Bendall in the middle of this round. Again, Collins holding. Good stiff right hand from the southpaw Bendall into the last half minute of this, the penultimate round.
I would say Collins is definitely the fitter man here. Just keeps coming forward and taking whatever Bendall's throwing just to land his own shots. Not a lot of skill, but this style has certainly been very effective tonight.
Heads rub again. Bendall doing some decent work inside as Collins came forward. Another tough round. Well, Collins strides purposefully back to his corner, and they do a bit of work on that left eye of his. But the way things are at the moment, and I have a feeling Richie Whittle, if Collins is going to win this, he's going to have to stop Bendall in this the last round.
Yeah, that's how I feel as well. He needs a knockout here or to stop Bendall. He caught Bendall with some good shots in that round also, but for me the cleaner work again was from Bendall. Landed with the better punches.
Collins, as ever, coming storming forward, and Bendall got caught, but took one and got two back himself. Good work by Collins, and he wasn't too far away with that very wicked-looking left, and caught his man a couple of times, but they were just little grazing shots. Collins putting everything into that and nearly disappearing out of the ring.
Seconds out.
And that wasn't a bad shot by him.
And final round.
Well, that's terrific to see. Two men who've not taken a backward step between them all the way through 11 very, very hard rounds. And Collins knows he'd have to take this last one in considerable fashion if he's going to win this contest, and Bendall's getting him on the counter.
Yeah, another good combination from Bendall, but took a couple of good shots himself, which he shouldn't have. There's no need to take those punches. He should have hit and moved. This is what he's got to be doing. This is what he should have been doing earlier. Keeping it long, hitting and moving. Why risk it now in the last round? Why risk standing toe-to-toe?
Well, it says an awful lot about their fitness as well as their courage, that they've kept up an extraordinary pace right from the very first bell. No breathers at all. Sometimes in the middle you'll see one man so ease off for a couple of rounds and then the other, but not these two.
Yeah, excellent. They've both trained obviously very hard. All credit to the trainers, and they're in perfect condition tonight. To fight 12 rounds like this, they have, believe you me, they will have trained very, very hard for this fight.
Collins' eye has worsened very slightly. The Bendall corner have done a very good job, because for the last couple of rounds there's been no sign of that nasty cut, and Bendall's left eye opening up.
Leave him.
1.5 minutes to go, and then it's going to be down to the three judges: Reg Thompson, Carl Rogers and Tony Walker. Good left hand by Bendall.
Yeah, that's better from Bendall again. 2 and 3 punches. They didn't all hit the target, but it certainly looks impressive.
Well, Jason Collins was stopped in 9 rounds by the extraordinary Lester Jacobs in a WBF middleweight challenge. And he's bounced back after that. And here he is, attempting to win the vacant WBU Continental middleweight title.
Well, Collins there, he just caught Bendall with a cracking right-hand punch. And that's probably been the difference between the two fighters tonight. With Collins, it's been a lot of single punches. Where Bendall, when he's had success, it's been 2s and 3s.
Last 30 seconds. Coventry fans expect to be on their feet, but everybody here at Dagenham, I think, will give these two a terrific round of applause. Bendall going for the little body shot right at the end. Collins is ever coming forward, trying to crowd his man as he has done from the very first bell. Not too far away with the right hand. Bendall has taken all of those shots, so he can certainly take a punch. And that's it all over. They both think they've got it. There wasn't much between them in that last round, but Bendall, I have a feeling, might just have got this one. And the Coventry fans think that their man has got it. Richie Woodall certainly thinks Bendall has got it. And it's going to be down to the three judges at ringside, but Steve Bendall, by far his toughest contest so far, and he'll be a little bit on the anxious side to find out whether or not he's maintained this unbeaten record. And Jason Collins, who wasn't fancied for this, gave Steve Bendall a cracking contest all the way through.
The judges' scorecards read as follows. Judge Reg Thompson, 116-112. Judge Carl Rogers, 116-112. Judge Tony Walker, 118-110. All three judges are in favour of. And the new WBU Continental Middleweight Champion, Stevie Bendall.
Well, the pride of Coventry, Steve Bendall. Two judges gave it to him by 4 rounds, which was pretty fair. One judge gave it to him by 8 rounds, which did not do Jason Collins much of a service at all. Richie Woodall, you had it 4 rounds to Bendall.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. As I say, a lot of the rounds were very close, but Bendall with his combination punches probably just looked that little bit more impressive, and that's the way I saw it, Jim, yeah.
So there we are, the vacant WBU Continental Middleweight Championship belt is around the waist of the 27-year-old from Coventry, Steve Bendall. So he wins a title in this just his 14th professional contest.
Well, a tremendous fight that, and I hope you thought it was worthwhile staying up until the early hours of the morning to see it. Next boxing here on BBC One is on Grandstand on Saturday week. The next fighter that you'll doubtless see here on BBC television is Lennox Lewis, as part of BBC's Sports Personality of the Year, which takes place tonight at 8 o'clock. So it's just 18.5 hours to go. Set your watches. Look forward to seeing you at Television Centre later on today. Thanks for watching. From all of us here in Dagenham, good night.